Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Crooked Chicken review. Today we're going to be going over the Superman Season 2 finale. We had a great finale. I thought it was a great episode. And gladly, it did not leave us on a cliffhanger, which was awesome. I hate fucking cliffhangers. You get hung up and then you have to wait 3 or 4 months to find out what the hell even happened or get some kind of satisfaction from whatever just took place in the episode. But we're gonna just jump right into it. So lastly, we left off, Superman is powerless. He has been attacked by Allie. He's been drained of all his solar resources, or whatever you want to call them, and he's just completely without any abilities. He can't do anything, so he's completely defenseless. So now they turn to Jordan, his son, to protect them, and he's a nervous wreck. He's not sure what to do, and he's still trying to figure everything out. And John Henry and his daughter are still they've stepped up to help protect him and do what they can with their suits that they have. And it's all going to shit. They have no idea what's going to happen or if they're going to make it, or what exactly they can expect from Allie, because she is in the process of merging worlds, and at this point everyone's just they're prepared for what's going to happen. They don't know what to do about it because they can't depend on Superman to come save them, and so we're just kind of left in the dark on what they can really do. But then probably about halfway through the episode, Superman's brother shows back up. He had run off when he was taken out of his prison to help Superman destroy that pendant a few episodes ago, and he up and disappeared. He took the opportunity to run away and kind of get himself in hiding so he wouldn't get locked back up for the things he had done in the past. And he shows back up to help, and Clark's kind of surprised because he basically says, this time last year you were trying to destroy the world, but now you're trying to save it. He says something to the likes of, it's not the world that I'm saving, but I'm doing it for you because you care enough to save it. So he is kind of redeeming himself in a way. And so he goes to kind of take on Allie, and it immediately goes south for him. He takes her down for a second, and then she's sucking the life force out of him next. So it's up to Jordan. He has to go save his uncle now, which he succeeds at and everything. All while this is all going on, Lana's husband has disappeared. He's blipped into the other world. Lois did at one point, and then her counterpart from that world blipped over to theirs, and just everyone's freaking out because they can't find each other. And then at some point they kind of blip back, and Lana's able to find her ex-husband at this point, or soon to be ex-husband. They still are going through their problems from his cheating and everything. And going back to Jordan, he has just gone up to save his uncle. He gets him back to Earth, and he's not completely defeated, but he's pretty beat down at this point. And Clark convinces him that the only way he thinks he can get his abilities back is going straight to the sun, which I thought maybe had some flaws in that logic, because if he's without his abilities, wouldn't he just burn up completely going towards the sun? But I guess there's probably some residual ability to not just completely disintegrate coming within any distance of the sun. But I also thought it was kind of weird that they flew up there and they're just talking like normal, like he doesn't need to hold his breath, because at that point we understand that he should not have the ability to use his special powers or his lungs or anything, because it's just there's some stuff in there that's not quite, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But he does get Tal Roa to throw him into the sun, and initially he's burning up and everything, but he does get his abilities back. He does become pretty much overcharged. And so at this point, after he's become overcharged, he's glowing and everything from all the solar radiation that he's absorbed. and he goes to take on Allie and just basically snuffs her out without any problems. He separates them by making her absorb making absorb power from him, basically overloading her, and separates the two, and then sends her back down to Earth. And he does some circling around the planet and somehow forces that merge that was happening to stop, and everyone kind of goes back, and so the merge stops, and he gets that crisis out of the way, and he gets back to Earth, and everything's fine. And then also, I almost forgot that we had a surprise cameo in this episode. It was actually the return of John Diggle. He walks into this restaurant, and he is there to see John Henry. And John Henry, we find out way back in the first season that he is actually from a different Earth. And there was a version of him on this Earth that he's on, but he was killed. He was in the military, and he was killed in action. But John Diggle, he shows up, and he's there to tell him that he has found out who is responsible for that version of John Henry's death. He was actually some sort of drug lord or warlord or whatever it is, and he is there, and they are going to go after him. So, all in all, it was a great episode. Like I said, this series definitely steps up in ways that current CW shows, or ones that they're going to bring out, do not. I mean, The Flash still kind of holds its own. We'll get into that in another breakdown. But like I said, it was a good closer. We didn't get left on a cliffhanger or anything like that, just to where we were infuriated for 3 months or whatever, so we had to wait for some kind of closure. But it was a great end of the season. I can't wait for the next one. As long as they keep going with this kind of storytelling, I think this show could go on for at least 6 or 7 years, maybe more, but we'll see. But that was my breakdown. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy the channel. Keep coming back for more, and subscribe, comment, leave likes. Any kind of feedback helps. So until next time, guys, I will see you later, and thanks again.